Namaste, good morning. Another version of Sunday Morning Words. Second chapter. Keep the questions coming, keep the problems coming, and let's start with that. Let's start with problems. What is your problem in life? What is your life problem? What is it that stops you doing or becoming or wanting or reaching? What is it that stops, you see? What is it that comes in the way of having this perfect awakening or perfect relationship or perfect peace? What is it that comes in the way? Because you cannot blame the mind that comes to you as a thought. If you're walking along the street and suddenly the street ends and there's a brick wall 1,000 feet high with no way of getting over, you have a life problem, especially if what you're looking for is on the other side. When you're walking along the street and mind says, I don't know what you're looking for, but you're not going to find it this way. There's no life problem, because it's simply a thought that is teasing you, teasing itself, you see, saying, change direction, go another way. Mind is like the game of Monopoly, but it has no end. The money is endless in the mind, you see, in the mind's game of Monopoly. So you can never not have enough money. You can buy as many houses, as many hotels. You can build the game. Empires of hotels on top of hotels. But the mind's game of Monopoly is no conclusion. Stay here and play. Please. I love this game. Going round in circles. Round in squares. Yeah? Every time a little bit of temptation, when you pass go, you get £200 or whatever it is in your currency. Stay here. Keep losing money. Keep getting money. Keep taking chances. And keep rolling the dice, you see. Keep trying to be fortunate. That's mind. Mind doesn't want you to come up to a brick wall. It doesn't have to. It can create the brick wall. Mind is the brick wall to every single problem. U.G. Krishnamurti says mind cannot solve life problems. But without mind, there's no problems. There is no problems without mind. What problem can you have with no mind? When mind comes up with an ace card. Oh yes. Don't listen to this one. We'll all be walking around like zombies. Is that true? When you're walking along the street and your mind is focused on what your mind is focused on, the street, or you're driving a car, whether mind is thinking about the future or whether mind is thinking about what happened yesterday, if this comes together and the total focus with no mind on past and future is simply watching the street, is this a zombie that can turn bends? We're instinctive animals. Animals have no mind. Not a human mind where they can make decisions. Otherwise, animals will be taking bits of post together with nails and hammers and building ladders to get over the fences and escape. There's no problem. Life has no problems without mind. We have an instinctive mind within the body that operates the body, how to eat, how to do the toilet, how to communicate, using hands, using sounds. We don't even need words, mind-based words, mind-based thoughts. Which came first, the words or the thoughts? It doesn't matter. What does it matter? What is your problem? You see, your problem is the mind. Yeah? Your problem is, no, my mind is not a problem. Mine is a real physical problem. I have a problem at work. I'm getting bullied. So what is bullying you? You see? What does bullying mean? You have to use your mind to understand what bullying is mean, because mind made up this new act, this new state of bullying. And it's not nice. Bullying is based on rules and regulations made up by mind. If someone does this to you, if someone does that to you, if someone does all of these things to you, it means you are being trodden upon. You are being discriminated upon. Therefore, that means they're not treating you equal. So what do? What do? You go to the employer and you say, I'm not being treated equal. And the employer's mind at that time, is, God, I've got an appointment in 25 minutes. I don't need this bullshit. How will I deal with this? You know what? I don't tolerate bullying in my business. You go away and you come back tomorrow and we'll fix it tomorrow. Don't worry. Knock the door when you go. Tomorrow never comes, you see. That's a fact. Tomorrow is future mind, promises. If it's not dealt with in the present moment, it can never be dealt with. But all is mind, speaking to mind, trying to understand mind, trying to create mind, trying to build a mind empire. A perfect mind empire. Mind will not solve the problems with life because there are no problems with life. There's no problems in life. Mind comes and tells you, no, I have thousands of problems. Mind has thousands of problems. The thought that says, I have thousands of problems, is it a big wall? No, it's simply a thought. Overcome thoughts, overcome mind, overcome problems. Then you're free. Then suddenly one day you're free and you're happy and you're liberated and you're newborn and you're a sage, and someone knocks on your window and says, hey, I have a problem. Mind wants in again. And you say, oh, old mind comes in. I have to be compassionate, kind, and help this one with the problem. That's what I'm supposed to do. I is supposed to do. You spend 25 years of your life fixing your problem, dissolving your mind on your own with no help. Controlling thoughts, practices, mantras, and you became free. You don't need this. But what do? Do you ignore this one and say, get on with it on your own? You have your own problems. I solve my problems. I don't have any problems. I don't have any mind. I don't have any thoughts that bother me anymore. But then your compassionate soul comes in and says, you can't leave that one. So you go around to the door, you open the door, and that one's waiting at the door. And he comes in and he says, I have a problem. Yeah? And you're going to solve his problem right there and then. What's your problem, you say? I have a problem with my work. I'm getting bullied. Then you give this person. The problem is not your employer. The problem is your mind. And this person goes, he says, I'm not listening to that lunatic. I want my work problem fixed. You see? You spout out what you know. You spout out what you know and that one goes. Now your problems are gone again. He goes away taking his problem, his undissolved mind with him to face and ask help from someone else. Until he is able to face up to his mind, his thoughts, the pattern of negativity. Mind cannot solve life's problems. Mind creates problems. Mind comes in form sometimes. I know what you're saying. Mind sometimes doesn't come in thoughts. It comes in physicalities. They actually build walls around my house that I bought, that they promised they would not build walls. They promised they would not build walls. And they broke their promise. I can't get out. You mean you have no access? Yeah, there's a gate, there's a door. What's the problem? You can get out. They broke their promise. That's not right. In the book, in the Bible, it says, be faithful, be honest. At the moment of time of selling you the house, they were honest. They didn't know the wall was going to be built. They didn't know what was going to be on the other side. What was going to be on the other side. Consciousness changes every moment. There is no problem. Even in life's physical problems, there's a simple solution. No one can block you in your home. They have to give you access. It's not 1,000 feet wall with no, all around you, with no ladders or anything. You're not imprisoned. We create problems by making values within our mind scale. Mind is colossal. It is colossal, yet in our minuscule mind, this is how it's going to be for everyone outside my world. And this is how it's going to be for everyone inside my world. Okay? You live by my rules and my regulations. You don't, that's how we live. So when something new comes in, no, I don't agree with that. Get that out. That's not how it's going to be. We create our own problems, our own illness, our own suffering. Not the one inside, but the mind creates the whole scenario. Mind is the perpetrator. And when you suddenly find yourself in control of the mind, being the witness of the mind, enlightened and awakened, you feel free. And mind is knocking on the window saying, come play Monopoly. The game's still open. Come on, come into my game, my house, my square circle. You know you'll get £200 if you pass go. There is no problems. Mind creates the problems. The problems are here so you learn. You overcome the problem by looking at the problem face on and saying, there is no problem. A thought comes, oh my God, you're so fat today, as you look in the mirror. Yeah? The problem is that you're measuring your values of what it is to be thin, medium, and fat. And you go, God, so I am. Problem has begun. The thought has came in. Before the thought came in, you were quite happy, combing your hair, buttoning up your shirt, putting your tie pin in for the wedding. And then mind comes in and says, well, you're so fat. You created your own problem. Mind comes round every universal place, every place, and it comes round with billions and billions and billions and billions and billions, countless infinite thoughts, good and bad. And one that comes in that you don't like because it's not of your measurability, your values, your mind values that's been built up through education, through parents, through work, through your culture, through your religion, through your science, through your needs, your desires, your genetic values. You've built up a mind base. I don't like that one, fat. So what you say is, you know what? I've never been bothered by that thought before. What's that thought mean? Am I happy? I'm happy. I'm going to a wedding. And you know what? I'm going to dance and dance and dance. And tomorrow I'm going to look in the mirror again. I bet you I've lost 4 pounds. Wow. Thank you, mind. Let's get dancing. I don't know if you understand this, but we create our lives by listening to a mind. We want the mind, but we want it on our terms and our conditions. So we build these terms and conditions and we put this contract in our mind. Anything that comes in this body that is not within the boundaries of my mind is going to cause me trouble. So I have to fight them, get rid of them. I have to push them out, lock the door, build walls with no doors to get them out. No, invite mind in. Face up to it. That's a good shot. I like that one. It's not in my rules and conditions, my terms and conditions, because I've never really thought about that one. You know what? You can go. In fact, the mind that I use to build up my terms and conditions, that can go also. I have no terms and conditions, no boundaries. No boundaries. I have many physical boundaries. Physical boundaries are enough to deal with without mental tortured boundaries of thoughts that have no substance. Substance means form. You know, if a thought came up to you in a robot form and said, "You're fat," that's a different kind of thought. The thought that comes floating by your head, "You're fat," followed by another one, "And you're going to be fat for the rest of your life. And you won't get any girlfriends because you're fat. And you'll probably die with obesity. And you'll get diabetes and heart disease. And..." Whoa. How many robots am I allowing into my room? It'd probably be better if it was robots that came in with the thought, because you could take a screwdriver and have some pleasure in getting rid of that thought. But if you don't communicate with the robot, it has nothing else to do but turn around and go out again. Same as a thought. Now, the plan is to reduce the time on the Sunday morning worlds to get it to 10 minutes. So 17's fine for now. So have a good Sunday, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. You are beyond mind. Life is beyond mind. The problems come with mind. Take the problems on board. Enjoy the problems. Struggle with them. Love them. Face up to them. But let them go. You still remain.